Speaking of Aaditya Thackeray, he usually stayed away from controversies when his father was the chief minister and he was a minister. He was largely silent when it came to brutal party politics. Instead, what he focused on were his portfolios, that is tourism, environment and protocol. The idea was to shine the spotlight on these low-profile departments. Now the year has changed, so has the government. But these departments that Thackeray Jr. wanted to bring focus to are under attack from the Shinde government. The latest casualty of the Maha Sena faction war is tourism. The Shinde government has stalled tourism projects that were cleared under the Aghadi regime. Now, according to a cabinet resolution that was released by the MVA government in July this year, the Tourism and Culture Department decided not to invest 381 crore rupees for building essential infrastructure at tourist and cultural hotspots. Additionally, a budget of 215 crore rupees intended for the tourism department has also been cancelled/stalled. So basically what this order does is to seek to stop all projects that were approved by the former tourism minister, which is Aaditya Thackeray. Now, the Shinde government says these projects have not been stalled. They are currently under review. Here's the interesting part. The state's tourism minister says even with crores at assets, the projects are not attracting any tourists. So a new policy is likely to be decided soon. So the cancelled projects have clearly stoked some tensions. Just minutes ago, Aaditya Thackeray has addressed the media and slammed the Shinde government for stalling his projects. So is it true? Did Junior Thackeray's projects really end up not attracting enough tourists? We decided to do some digging. Here's what we found. In 2021, before we hear Mr. Thackeray, in 2021, there were two states that were top destinations for foreign tourists in India. One was Tamil Nadu, and guess which the other was? Yes, it was Maharashtra. The state was the top destination for foreign tourists in 2021 with around 13 lakh tourists visiting the state. So what exactly is the Shinde government talking about? And are Aditya's dream projects being stalled because of politics? That's a question we are asking our guests. First, let's hear Aaditya Thackeray.
2-3 महत्त्वाचे प्रोजेक्ट्स ह्याची आता काय स्थिती आहे हे कुठेच लोकांना माहिती नाही. मला आपल्याला पण माहिती नाही की मुंबई महानगरपालिकेत आता महापौर नसताना, नगरसेवक नसताना, कुठची कमिटी नसताना एवढी जी उधळपट्टी होत आहे ती कोणामुळे होत आहे, कोणाच्या आदेशावरून होत आहे, खरंच मग ह्या संस्था स्थानिक स्वराज्य संस्था आहेत का, हे सगळं इतर पॅटर्न मुंबईत यायला लागलेलं आहे का, ही आता भीती आम्हाला वाटायला लागली.
आपल्या सर्वांना माहिती आहे की पर्यटन खात्याकडे एमटीडीसी कडे 1 लाख करोडची प्रॉपर्टी संपत्ती आहे, रिसॉर्ट्स आहे, जागा आहे, तरी पण ते लॉसमध्ये चालतात. तर ते करायचं काय रिव्ह्यू ते सर्व एक पॉलिसी नक्की करणे 10 दिवसामध्ये सर्व सोडली
नाही. त्यातला भ्रष्टाचार काय शोधतो आम्ही, तो समोर येतोय, तो फाईलीवर दिसायला लागलाय. मग तो जर फाईलीवर दिसायला लागेल तर ती कामं मंजूर द्या असं शिवसेनेचं म्हणणं असेल तर त्या भ्रष्टाचाराचं समर्थन आहे.
I think a lot was done, but if every project of the previous government is stalled, then I think there will be no development. And like today there is a Shinde government. Again there may be tomorrow Shiv Sena government. So this is just vendetta politics.
I'm going across to my guest for a quick chat on the story that is playing out in Maharashtra. Vaibhav Purandare is the senior editor, Times of India. He's joining us on the broadcast. He's also the author of Bal Thackeray and the Rise of the Shiv Sena. Sajid Supariwala is leader of the Shiv Sena and Varun Singh is a political analyst. Let me come to the Shiv Sena speaker first. Sajid Supariwala, what the MVA government is saying that no one has stalled any projects. We simply are reviewing them. In any case, despite the money spent by Thackeray Jr., it's not like tourists are pouring into the state in any case. So we will have to relook at the entire tourism strategy before we proceed ahead and release these funds. These are not stalling tactics because of politics. This is pure pragmatism.
Let me complete your sentence first. Maha Vikas Aghadi as in MVA government was Shiv Sena, the original Shiv Sena, which was a part of the Maha Vikas Aghadi. Let me correct you. Maybe you must have slipped, the tongue must have slipped, whatever. It is MVA means the Maharashtra Maha Vikas Aghadi government. Definitely during the Corona period as well, if you see a lot of tourists, and as per your records also, even during the Corona period, after the Corona period was getting over, and in 2021, many other tourists were definitely attracted to the city. And there is no denial from anybody that, yeah, after Aaditya Thackeray taking the reins of the tourism as the tourism minister, I definitely think there has been a lot of changes. And Mumbai being Mumbai, he had a lot of plans to get tourism, more tourism for Maharashtra and Mumbai as well. And it was definitely being covered properly. At that time, everybody was happy and praising him. Just because now some people have faltered and defaulted to another party, which is the BJP. Now they have started singing a new tune. During his tenure as a tourism minister, I'm sure you can see the development of Mumbai as well. So many things are happening. There is not one thing which I can take about the project or talk about the project. Now stalling or reviewing the project will definitely, they want to make some changes. Why making the changes when one government has already, please let me complete one small thing which I will forget otherwise. One thing which is being completed by a certain government, if it is positive for the state and the city, why not let it continue? Why you want to stall it? Just because of your personal animosity, enmity, or whatever you call it, or jealousy, or something which you have taken over from somebody's mouth and started ruling the state. At least let them complete the project which has been already sanctioned.
Why make politics
completed.
personal?
Why don't they let them complete the project? Why are you stalling it?
Why make politics personal is what the Shiv Sena spokesperson is saying. These projects and the money allocated was for the good of Maharashtra. It was to build infrastructure in and around temples and tourist spots. Who would have benefited? The state exchequer would have benefited. The Thackeray exchequer would have not benefited from this. Then why stall the project? Just because he had started it. If this is not vindictive politics, then what is?
It's very funny when someone says Maharashtra is number one or number two in 2021. Maharashtra has been number one in 2018 as per government record for foreign tourists. Maharashtra has been number two in 2019 as per government record when it comes to foreign tourists visiting Maharashtra. Maharashtra has been a place where foreigners bluff to visit. Secondly, talking about the projects that are being stalled, let me tell you, Aaditya Thackeray, Minister, wanted a cycling track to be built between Mahim and Bandra Fort for 167 crore rupees, which comes to 44 crore rupees per kilometer because the cycling track is only 3.73 kilometer. It is 500% times more than what NHAI spends. Not only that, this allegation that projects are being stalled is completely wrong. As per a Times of India report that came earlier this week, it has categorically mentioned that out of the 123 MOUs signed by MIDC, more than 112 of those MOUs have progressed, land allotted, and things are moving ahead. The projects that are being reviewed are categorically those projects where allegations of corruptions have come up. For example, the BMC, which was ruled by the Shiv Sena that Mr. Supariwala pointed out, had floated a tender of 402 crore rupees for the modernization of an abattoir. It has been accused and it has been found out that there were many allegations that those conditions were tweaked to favor a certain company. Not only this, there are several such projects that have come out. For example, the Powai cycling track that was Aaditya Thackeray's dream project has not been stalled by any government. The Bombay High Court stalled it because it was not environment friendly. The Mahalakshmi Racecourse project has been not stalled by any particular government. There are people who have come on the street saying that they do not need such cycling tracks. There are many such projects, and MIDC, sorry to say, not MIDC, sorry, MTDC today sits on properties worth 1 lakh. Yeah, MTDC sits on property worth 1 lakh crore, but they have been making losses continuously, not now, but since ages. The government right now, to be honest, and in few days you will see the BJP Eknath Shinde government, they are planning something, and I can tell you because I also work as a journalist, and they are going to come up with certain amendments that is going to make things better for tourism. I had a personal chat with Mr. Lodha a few days ago where he has categorically pointed out things on this thing. So no has been stalled by the government. They are under review, and for review, these are the reasons. No one spends 44 crores to build 1 kilometer road, and that too in Mumbai. That is 500% higher than what National Highway Authority of India spends for building roads. Just imagine, why would you do all those things, and why wouldn't you want the exchequer's money that will be paid for it to be stopped and reviewed?
Shreya ji, can I come in?
Okay, Vaibhav,
Shreya ji,
just
can
a
I
minute.
come in?
Vaibhav, how do you see? Just a minute. I want Vaibhav to come in. Vaibhav, how do you view this new war that is brewing in Mumbai?
I want to talk about tourism. I want to talk about the stalling of projects, and I want to talk about investment also, because these are the three issues which have raised a lot of political dust in Maharashtra. As far as tourism is concerned, I think it is preposterous to suggest that tourism got a boost after the MVA government, came into power. Maharashtra was always number one in terms of tourism. That is because it was been one of the most industrialized states in India. And in fact, it has not developed tourism adequately. And this is my allegation against all previous governments in Maharashtra, not just the MVA government. To cite a specific instance, the particular dynasty that you mentioned on your show, decided one fine day to bring in penguins, a pair of Humboldt penguins, to the Baikala Zoo in Mumbai. Now, what was the cost of that project? 36 crore rupees. Okay. Now, these penguins were brought in from sub-zero temperatures to a hot and humid city at a time when the idea of zoos is being rejected across the world. 36 crore was spent on getting them here, and a whole lot of money is being spent on their maintenance. Nobody was taken into confidence. Okay, entirely on the whims of a dynasty, these penguins were brought to Mumbai. Okay, the second part, as far as the stalling of projects is concerned, the Shiv Sena was part of the Devendra Fadnavis government, and in its cabinet meeting, the Shiv Sena played a key role in approving the metro car shed in RA. What does the Shiv Sena do? It goes out and opposes the same metro project in RA and stalls the car shed and the project as a whole. 3 years are wasted.
I beg to differ.
Let me complete, Mr. Supariwala. The third part is about investment. Now, Maharashtra saw a unique turning point in the year 2021 when it came to investment. See, Mumbai and Maharashtra have gone through many difficult phases. And even when the gangland was running amok in Maharashtra and Mumbai, and when nativist politics took a turn against so-called migrants and outsiders from the 1960s onwards, investors continued to pour into Mumbai and Maharashtra. The turning point was in 2021, when a police officer who had been suspended for an encounter killing for 17 years was brought back into the police department, ostensibly because there was a shortage of cops for pandemic duty, but he was not posted on pandemic duty. He was given charge of the elite crime intelligence unit. And what does he do? He goes and plants a bomb outside the residence of India's richest industrialists. And what kind of an investment-friendly environment has he created? Now, the MVA and the Shiv Sena tried to project a picture that here was a rogue police officer who was acting on his own. No, he was a chosen police officer who had been handpicked by the Shiv Sena. So as far as tourism is concerned, as far as the stalling of projects is concerned, as far as investment is concerned, unfortunately, I would say, I have nothing personal here against anybody at all, because all governments are to be blamed. But the MVA is on a very weak footing, and the Shiv Sena is actually the last party that should be talking about the stalling of projects. And this consistent drumbeat of belligerence against the center also does not help Maharashtra in terms of investment, because any investor wanting to come to Maharashtra is also going to look at the nationwide picture, and you have an effective majority at the center. If you're going to go on with this aggression against the center, an investor is going to think twice. And you have already created a chilling effect because of Sachin Vaze for investors in Maharashtra. So what are we talking about here really?
Okay. Okay, I think you put that out very well, between the penguins and the cycling track. Mr. Thackeray has very little to complain about or talk about. A bit rich, the comments coming from him. We'll leave it there for the moment. I'm afraid I'm completely out of time. Vaibhav, thank you very much for joining us. Sajid, thank you very much. I know you want to respond, but I'm out of time. And Varun Singh, thanks very much for joining us as well. I'm slipping into a break on the show. From Maharashtra next, we are headed to Gujarat, where there's an election due. Special reports from there. Do stay with us.